What's the point of your existence?
To feel. Because you've never done it, you can never know it. But it's as vital as breath. And without it, without love, without anger, without sorrow, breath is just a clock, ticking.
It's not about being happy. That's the thing. I'm just trying to get through each day. I can't keep asking myself, am I happy? Am I happy? It just makes me more miserable.
I always thought you were like Janet, but then you are like this fucking chicken. So, what's with them, huh?
Forget? After I've seen the outline of my brother's body on the floor, you expect me to forget? I want to kill those sons of bitches. I'm gonna blow their fucking heads off.
I don't like to smile unless I have a reason.
Is life always this hard? Just when you're a kid.
Welcome back to the Skewered Universe Podcast. My name is Jeff.
And I'm Leiann.
And we are continuing with what I've dubbed Leiann's birthday choice, because it is your month.
Indeed.
We have another episode dedicated to you programming the podcast.
There you go. Well,
yeah.
We're going to be watching something that we mentioned in, if you remember the episode where we talk about... My brain, it just went click. No, shut down.
Oh no. Oh no.
My favorite episode.
Velocipaster.
Thank you.
Okay.
It was one of the other ones that you listed.
Ah, okay. Okay. I don't remember which ones I listed, so it's a surprise. Because that was a while ago. Ah.
While exploring a new housing development, a young couple finds themselves trapped in a labyrinth of identical houses. Rated R from 2019. The Vivarium.
I think you mean the Vivarium.
Do I mean Vivarium?
Vivarium. Like Viv, like Aunt Viv.
Okay, here we go.
Welcome to Yonder, a wonderful development. It has all you'd need and all you'd want. Number 9. Number 9 is not a starter home. This house is forever.
Lee for a boy.
Do you have children?
No. It's not exactly what we're looking for. That guy was so strange.
Yeah. Wait. No, I don't think this is the right way.
Yeah, this is the way we came in.
Number 9 again. Did we just do some kind of loop?
How have we just...
Want me to drive?
Such a jerk.
Because I think this is not possible. We can't make turns like this over and over.
We have gone this way, Tom. Oh my god. Hello?
What's happening? Maybe they'll let us go.
What if they don't come? What are we supposed to do? Should we just sit here and we wait to die? It's a boy.
Give a little time for the child within you. Don't be afraid to be young and free. Run to the locks and throw away the keys. And
all we wanted was a home.
You are home.
You creepy little mutant.
Yeah. Dystopian mystery, twists and turns, parenthood.
Parenthood as a category is completely weird to me. So not a lot of time has passed since the last episode we recorded, only about a week.
Yeah.
If that.
I wanted to make sure we had content for March.
Yeah. And we are definitely going to have that.
Have you been watching anything, listening to anything?
Well, I've been trying to get caught up on podcasts So I've been going back and forth between my buddy Brian Wolford's podcast, The Midnight Drive-In, and of course our friend Paul's now no longer recording podcast, Invasion of the Podcast.
Yeah.
Catching up on episodes with he and Steve, and it's really kind of cathartic, but it's also like bittersweet to hear certain things he's talked about, and I'm like, oh, you're not gonna get to do that now.
You know what, though? He's immortal.
Yeah.
He lives on.
Forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say, but yeah, I've been doing that. Not a whole lot else. I'm trying to think if I've been watching anything. Caught up on the latest wrestling. Haven't watched Rampage yet from tonight when we're recording. But I watched this past week's Dynamite. God damn, am I loving AEW right now. I've seen some things that WWE are doing, and don't get me wrong, it's fine. It is not for me. If that is your choice, hey, more power to you. I just have no interest in really what they're doing. And also I have personal reasons why I think that company needs to do a hell of a lot more before they would get my money to watch their product again.
Absolutely.
Lots of investigations, lots of people need to pay for certain things that happen, and that's where I'll leave it. You know, feel how you want to feel, but that's where I stand. Have you been watching anything or doing anything lately, Leiann?
Well, you and I have been watching The Sandman on Netflix.
I wanted to let you bring that up because you started watching that first, and then kind of hooked me into it.
Yeah, it's usually how it goes.
It's really
That's how it went with Shadow and Bone. It's how it went with Sweet Home.
Orange is the New Black.
Yeah, so you've been liking it?
I'm really digging it.
I appreciate the gore.
The gore is chef's kiss.
And what you appreciate is that he looks exactly like the graphic novel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same style.
The Sandman character looks very much like what I have seen images of online of the artist depiction in the graphic novel of that character. It's so fucking close. It also gives me a little bit of Robert Smith of The Cure vibes with the hair at times.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting for him to be like, it's Friday. I'm in love.
I don't
think he would say that, but like, just rip somebody apart. Boys don't cry. Oh no, man, it's late, but yeah, Sandman, it's really good. It makes me want to go get the omnibus, but it's like $185 for all of the issues of Sandman collected. So yeah, it's a little pricey right now. So I'll figure out another way to get hold of some. See if somebody knows any way to get them. If you happen out there to know any way to get a hold of the Sandman graphic novels in a manner that's not $185, shoot us a line. Skewered Universe Podcast at gmail.com.
Or visit our Patreon.
Yeah, definitely visit Patreon. Definitely go
Give us money.
Please support the show. Remember to give us a review on whatever podcaster you listen to. We only accept 5-star reviews and positive feedback.
I personally love Podbean.
That's because our hosting is Podbean. They are fantastic.
Aren't they great?
So much that I decided to become an affiliate so you can get your own podcast started. But more about that at the end of the show.
I did watch something without you called That's My Boy.
Oh, yes, I have seen that.
You've seen it?
Yes.
Tell me what you think about it.
It's fucking ridiculous.
It's so fucking stupid. I fucking hate it, but it did make me laugh at some points.
It's that stupid Sandler comedy, and then you pair that with Andy Samberg, who's also good at doing stupid comedy.
They had a couple of throwback jokes that it's like, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try not to kick your popcorn.
Yeah, I haven't watched it in a few years. I've only seen it once, but I've been meaning to go back and check it out again.
I would not watch it again.
It's
a very specific type of humor.
Yeah.
And some parts were, some parts weren't.
I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. They'll be like, that's fucking stupid. Well, that's fine. You can think that way.
Yeah, it is fucking stupid.
Yeah. It's stupid, but sometimes I like stupid humor. I like stupid comedy.
Yeah, especially that they have some grandma's boy stuff thrown in.
Mm-hmm. That's always a plus. That helps. That
Yeah.
helps, like, okay, I see what you're doing. You've brought other parts of this universe together. Okay.
Please tell me you're at least adopted! Stepbrother? No, brother and sister.
It's stupid Sandler humor.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I dig that kind of thing every now and then. So it is what it is. So I don't know if that's enough banter. If you have anything else, I don't.
No.
I mean, earlier today I found out that Louis Gossett Jr. passed away.
Bummer.
Yeah, 87 years old.
R.I.P.
I know him from my childhood as Colonel Charles Chappie Sinclair, from one of the most fun and possibly ridiculous 80s movies ever. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Iron Eagle. It's fucking dope. Between Iron Eagle and The Last Starfighter, that was my Star Wars growing up. Those kind of movies. So anyway, R.I.P. Louis Gossett Jr., prolific Hollywood actor, broke barriers. I believe he was the first black actor to win the supporting actor Oscar. And yeah, he'll live on forever in film.
There you go.
He was the best part of Firewalker with Chuck Norris, but that's not hard to do when you're acting against a piece of wood like Chuck Norris. So what do you say?
Let's get into it.
Do we start Vivarium?
I've been wanting to see the Vivarium for so long.
And we're doing this interstellar interstitial style.
What are interstellar interstitials? This is a rather different movie review format where Jeff and Leiann will pick a movie that neither of them have seen or at least one of them has not seen. Then, they will watch the movie in real time, breaking every 15 minutes to give their thoughts on the movie to that point. At the conclusion of the film, they will give their final thoughts, recommendations, ratings, and discuss any interesting information about the movie in general. Now back to your regularly scheduled podcast already in progress.
Whatever.
Oh, I do. Before we start real quick, I was on Threads earlier. And I was on the For You page randomly going, and somebody just randomly goes, hey, shout out your podcast and throw the link in the comments, and I'll share it around for you. So I put ours with a description of what we do, talk about what interstellar interstitials are and how we have guests, and they started sharing it around.
Nice.
So, hey, if you're on Threads, you might see us pop up randomly.
Hi, welcome.
Welcome.
I tell people to suck my dick.
He's got a big dick, so it'll take a lot of sucking. All right, enough of that. Shall we jump into this?
Let's do it.
All right, we'll talk to you guys in just a moment.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
All right, so we are the first 15 minutes into Vivarium. Everybody's dead. They all died.
Yeah, we didn't even get introduced to anybody or anything. They just all were dead.
Yep. Just a bunch of dead kids, dead birds, dead teachers.
Yeah. Yeah. Dead trees, dead houses, dead cars. It was crazy.
Dead patio furniture.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This is our running joke now of everyone being dead. And I got there before you this time.
Mm-hmm.
Already this movie is off-putting.
Yeah, she's a teacher.
He's a gardener.
What grade?
She's probably like first grade?
I don't know. Youngish.
They're in a nondescript country. We're not sure.
Yeah. Little girl sees a dead bird and says, "Why do shitty things happen?" And she's like, "Man, I don't know.
That's nature." She's like, "I don't like that it's terrible things." This, like, profoundly articulate child with this this adult-like outlook on life is like, no, children don't talk like that.
Right.
No matter what social media tells you, people going, my child the other day looked me in the eye and said, "Mama, I remember when I was in World War II and blah, blah, blah." No, your fucking child didn't say that. Your child is not special.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, that came out a little more harsh than I intended. Your child is special to you. They are not special to me. I don't give a shit. Anyway, we have Tom and Gemma, played by Imogen, Poots, and Jesse Eisenberg. Those are our main characters.
Yeah, and then for some reason, they're like, we're gonna go to this house store and browse, where they meet the boy from
Little Monsters.
Little Monsters. Creepy fucks.
Gemma has a friend come up to her after school lets out saying, "Hey, you should jump on those houses. They're going to sell quick. The market's really good right now." She's like, "Yeah, we're going to go take a look later."
Mm.
And it's a really weird real estate office because it's more, like you said, a house store.
Yeah.
With displays of the houses that are all exactly the fucking same.
Yeah.
And
like, why have that many? Just show one and be like, this is it.
Yeah. All of them look like this. This is the model of the house we're going to show you.
I'm pretty sure the guy is a robot.
Yeah, Martin.
Yeah.
Who you accurately described as the boy from Little Monsters. Look it up if you don't know what we're talking about.
He's so creepy with his mannerism. He doesn't even have it's his facial movements.
Awkward smiling, the way his eyebrows go up and down every time he's speaking,
and one of the last things he said, he mimicked her.
Yeah.
And it was weird.
If he's not a robot, then it's some kind of alien thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
And they try and leave, and they can't leave. It's a maze.
Yeah. They got taken out to look at this house. They look around, and they're like, okay.
In the living room, there's a picture of that house.
Yeah. It's... house number 9. They're like, okay, cool. They're shown around. It's like, there's a bedroom that's already painted blue. She goes, "Oh, blue for a boy." And he goes, "Oh, this isn't a starter home. This is for a family. Do you have children?" And she goes, "No, not yet." And that's when he mimics her right back.
No, not yet.
It's like,
ew.
And then just walks off.
Yep.
Shows him the master bedroom. Then takes him out to the patio, opens the door, lets him go out, then just disappears.
Yeah.
Gets in his car and bolts. And now they're stuck.
And that's it. They're driving around.
Yeah,
not getting very far.
Trying to find their way out. There's nobody else in this neighborhood.
If this is the happening all over again, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Fuck.
Something better happen. I'm not sure what kind of story this can have.
My God. I don't want it to be the happening. I don't want it to be the happening too.
Well,
nothing else happened. Oh, God.
The happening too. Nothing else happened.
The happening too. Say hi to your mother for me. God. I'm interested to see where this goes. Right now I'm like, okay, this is off-putting.
It's a weird setup.
This Martin guy is weird. There's something weird about him. There's something weird about all these houses being exactly the same. The same setup. Yeah. I could not live in a place like that where everything's the same. It would drive me nuts. I don't want every house to look the same on my block. Let alone the housing development or wherever the fuck they are.
Yeah.
This is weird.
Yeah, I like the look and feel of the movie, though.
Yeah.
It's got like a clean cut type of feel.
Mm-hmm.
Like the colors are clean, the lines are clean, the backgrounds are clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost too much so.
Yeah.
And it's off-putting.
Yeah.
It's like, Like, I notice when they're walking around outside, you can hear their footsteps almost like they're inside somewhere, but they're outdoors.
Oh, yeah.
And some I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Well, shall we see where it
goes?
Some
weird Truman Show shit where everything is inside of a giant studio or something.
I'm excited. There are so many
possibilities. We don't even know.
Yeah.
We're only 15 minutes in.
So much room for activities.
This is how we do it. Na, 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 na. We love Step Brothers. If you don't, I don't know. But
We
anyway,
pity you.
shall we jump back in?
Let's do it.
All right. We'll talk to you guys in just a moment. Maybe go get yourself some popcorn, some fizzy drinks, maybe some edibles.
Show starts in 4 minutes. To visit our snack bar and treat yourself to some delicious Castleberry's pit-cooked barbecue sandwiches. Cooked the Castleberry way, slowly over open pits of glowing charcoal, then seasoned with a sauce that's zesty, yet delightfully mild to please the entire family. Also at the snack bar, you'll find popcorn and soft drinks and candy and French fries to go with your Castleberry's barbecue sandwiches. There's plenty of time before the movie starts, so visit our snack bar right now for Castleberry's pit-cooked barbecue sandwiches.
Still plenty of time to come and be served at the refreshment center before showtime.
Okay. Another 15 minutes into Vivarium, and it's fucking weird, man.
They wish they were dead.
Yep. Yeah, they wish they were dead, like we mentioned at the beginning when we said everyone was dead. They're wishing they weren't.
Yep.
They don't get out. Tom takes over driving. They find no way out.
No. They're like, hey, let's stay the night here.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Gets dark. Their car's out of gas. They got nowhere to go.
They're like, I'm hungry. Let's pull out that welcome gift.
Yeah, welcome gift in the fridge of champagne and strawberries.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk.
No, you're good. They don't have a taste.
Yeah, the strawberries taste like nothing. No taste.
Yeah. They decide to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they wake up, they're like, you know what? Let's follow the sun.
Yeah, which is kind of a smart thing to think of.
Yeah.
Follow the sun, you can find your way out.
That didn't work.
Nope. They got to a house with a light on. It was number 9.
And I called it. I said, that's it. That's number 9.
Yeah. So very strange that the clouds in the sky do not move. They all look the same. They look like the clouds in Toy Story that were on the walls in Andy's room.
Yeah.
They
like
look
wallpaper.
like the wallpaper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they decided to try and follow the sun after Tom had climbed up on the roof using his ladder from his gardening job.
And seeing that it was endless.
Just an endless array of these cookie-cutter fucking houses. When they get back, after they follow the sun for some time, there's a box out in front of the house. Has a bunch of vacuum-sealed food and milk and everything they need to survive.
Wait, at what point did they burn the house down?
This is... Tom grabbed the box, took it inside, grabbed the lighter, tore a piece of the box off, one of the flaps, lit it on fire, and lit the curtains on fire. She was like, what are you doing? He goes, sending out a smoke signal.
And the next morning...
All that did was... Why don't you tell them what arrived? Because I missed that there was a sound.
Yeah, they both wait outside, for the entire night. And then when morning comes, they wake up and they hear a baby. And they look, and there's a baby in a box.
It's a baby in a box.
Yeah. They're like, it has a thing that says, raise the child and you'll be released.
Yeah.
Oh, and of course the child starts growing up faster than normal, and looks just like Martin.
Yeah, same hair part and everything.
Mimics them.
Oh god, in a manner that would make you want to strangle this child. I do not condone violence against children, but whatever this creature is,
yeah,
burn it alive.
Yeah. And it also has a weird voice.
Yeah, very strange voice. The kid almost looks like it's all CGI.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's something uncanny about the way it moves its mouth. It's weird.
And now it's screaming to get its way.
after it's been running around the house asking questions like, did I grow? What's a dog? Like, we already told you what a dog is. And you can tell they're like, this is the 5,000th time you've asked.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just running around going, woof, 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 woof. I'm like, ugh. Like, the fact that you haven't either killed this kid or yourselves is astounding.
Yeah, well, they're at day 98 right now.
Yeah. Day 98, and now this kid is screaming. Just started screaming out of nowhere, so they're pouring him a bowl of cereal. And you can tell they're just like, what the fuck?
We just want out.
Like, we just want out. They're just going through the motions of like, okay, fine, we're gonna raise this fucking kid, then we can get the fuck out of here. It is interesting, but it's so fucking weird. But I do like weird movies. I think you do too.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what happens. It's oh man. It's the fact though that they supply all their food.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, this food he's doing an argument between the two, and they're like, the food here makes me sick. And just, well, maybe we can get out of here if you were da-da-da. And they're just laying there in bed listening to this kid like, which one of us is going to get up and strangle him or ourselves? And when the kid first walks in, you're like, why is there, like, a grown-ass kid? And they just flip him off. And he just does it right back, like, oh, I'm learning, see? Like, alright, fuck. Really weird fucking movie. I'm glad we're watching it so far.
Yeah.
So, what do you say? Jump back in and see. Alright.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that. You guys, listen to this.
Hi, folks. I'm Rico.
Oh, Nacho.
He's Peppy.
See?
You can find us at the concession stand in the lobby.
Along with all sorts of other tasty goodies.
See? Rico's Nachos, a refreshingly new and different snack discovery. Chock full of high-quality ingredients, crisp, fresh tortilla chips, covered with creamy-aged cheddar cheese, topped off with zesty jalapeno pepper rings. Rico's Nachos, out of sight.
Remember, folks, we're the new star at the snack bar. Rico's Nachos, a new taste treat you can't beat.
See? Rico's Nachos, on sale at the snack bar now.
Alright, so we've watched another 15 minutes.
It's like Beetlejuice. Digging into the grass, you know?
Yeah.
Like the models.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good description. That's a good comparison.
Yeah, he was smoking a cigarette and flicked it onto the grass, and it went poof. And he realized it was like dirt, but it wasn't dirt.
Yeah.
So he started digging, and he realized it was weird, so he kept digging.
Yeah. They went out. They had breakfast. Neither one of them were liking the food. You could tell when they're eating. They're like, okay, we ate enough to be full or whatever. They just scrape off their plates into the box, set the box outside. Apparently it just disappears and a new one arrives.
Yep. They're waiting to see a vehicle drop it off, but I suspect that isn't happening. There are no vehicles where they are. It just arrives.
Yeah. He sits out there with a pickaxe just waiting for someone to show up so they could bash their head in and take the vehicle and get out of there, apparently, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But there's really no way out.
No.
So he digs one day. She's like, why are you digging? He's like, there's got to be a bottom, a way out. It's got to lead to somewhere. She goes, where? He goes, I don't know, but somewhere. The next day, he digs some more. The hole's still there. We thought it was going to be patched up. Like, the house burned down, but then was fine the next morning.
Mm-hmm.
It's...
the child is continuing to be annoying.
Very annoying.
He ruined their good time. They realized the car was still, the battery was still good.
Yeah.
So they turned on the headlights and played some music and started dancing.
The kid comes out, starts dancing with them, and then, like, sweeps Tom's legs out from underneath him.
Yeah.
Causing him to crack his head on the curb.
Yeah.
And then Tom picks up the kid and just body slams him to the ground. I'm like, rightfully so. That's not a human child.
Nope.
Gemma gets kind of mad at him. Like, what are you doing? And Tom just walks off like, fuck that kid. Fuck you. He tried to knock me down and kill me or something. So, fuck that. Fair play.
They also have a huge TV that we didn't know they had.
Yeah, and it plays weird shit. The kid just sits there staring at it.
Loves
weird,
it. Eats it up.
Like, pulsing veins of black and white that just have these weird squishing sound effects. I don't know. It's like a pulsing, squishing sound with this. It's fucking weird, man. I'm digging it, but it's so fucking weird. And when Gemma tries to tell this kid, like, hey, you don't need to be around us all the time. Give us some fucking space.
Started screaming
again. She's like, what the fuck do you want? Tell us what you want. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut. He finally shuts up. That's where she shakes him.
Well, he starts mimicking their...
Yeah. Just let me do this. Because...
Yeah, the digging.
Tom said when he was digging, he's like, just let me do this. This is what I know. This is what I can do.
So he was mimicking it, and she's like, you're a piece of shit.
You're disgusting. You're fucking disgusting. You know that?
And now he's greeting them in the morning, as he apparently does every single day. Jesus.
I mean, he spied on them having sex, which is disturbingly creepy on so many levels. Their lives are fucked.
Yeah, who knows what's going to happen right now?
I don't know. But this kid's voice changes pitch. Like, he'll be like, ooh, yum, yum. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh, what the fuck? And when he mimics them, it's not even a full mimic. It's like at a higher pitch and a slightly changed register. So it's like if you played something back, but you adjusted the pitch and the speed just so slightly that it's off.
Yeah.
Plus, they made this child actor look like he's artificial in a lot of ways.
He looks like Macaulay Culkin when he was a kid, except with black hair.
That's what I thought. I didn't say anything to you. I was like, God, it's like he's Macaulay Culkin. Yeah, yeah.
It's creepy.
Yeah. It's, like if Macaulay Culkin was a Children of the Corn, or like a Stepford child or something. Yeah. So yeah, we're waiting to see what else happens. This movie, it's good, but it's weird.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. I think we should just jump back in and keep going.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be back.
Refreshing, ice-cold Coca-Cola with a bright, right taste and a special sparkle all its own. Enjoy your Coke at our snack stand right now.
Well, this movie took a somewhat darker turn.
Well, at first it didn't. Well, it kind of did. Okay, so as the dude is getting, like, more and more upset and obsessed about digging, which is now the only thing he does. He even sleeps in the hole that he's digging. But the chick kind of befriended the little kid.
Yeah, she's...
/ alien robot.
Acting more like its mother than just someone they're trying to get out.
Yeah, he wanted to starve it by locking it in the car, and she wasn't having it. She took him out and slept in his bed with him, and he even, like, held her arm.
Yeah.
Like they were cuddling a little bit.
Well, you're forgetting where it took a really, like, dark turn where you see Tom is, like, out of it. Aside from the fact that there's a cough he has that's been getting worse. But he grabs the kid, tells her, she's like, let him go. And she goes, Gemma, stay. And that's where you're like, oh, so this is where we are. Then holds her down when she says, give me the keys. She just literally goes, Tom, get off me. And he goes, sorry, but...
I think it's kind of like when Jack Nicholson slips into the madness in whatchamacallit. It's like he's no longer himself.
Yeah.
And he's now... The switch has been flipped.
It also reminds me of, did you ever see Stir of Echoes with Kevin Bacon?
Of course.
Kind of reminds me of that too, where
Absolutely.
He's constantly digging, constantly like broken from reality.
Because the screen told him to dig. Yeah. Well, the little boy kind of disappears.
Yeah.
And she's like, there's not a lot of places he can be. Where the fuck did he go? Searches the house, he's not there. Searches outside, he's not outside. Asks what's his face, he's like, whatever, we're missing too, I don't give a fuck. So she starts walking around, and she eventually makes her way back to House 9, and she sees that the boy is standing with a book.
Yeah, right near the hole.
And we're like, the book is new.
Yeah. Before that, they had a sequence where she takes the boy outside, because Tom comes in, just looks at him, walks off, sits at the table, has his breakfast or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She takes the boy outside, and they're laying out on blankets. They've
Oh,
got food
yeah.
near them. She goes, okay, that cloud, what shape is it? He goes, a cloud.
And she's like, good.
Good. Okay. Now this other cloud, what shape is that? He goes, a cloud. She goes, yeah, they're all cloud-shaped clouds. It's sickening. And then she's telling him about how clouds where she comes from are different shapes, and they could be faces or even dogs, and they start barking back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see this is a moment of her just being like, I don't know what's happening anymore.
Mm-hmm.
She breaks down in bed the next night. She's laying there alone, crying. Wakes up, he's out in the hole digging again, and then this is where the boy is missing when she goes around the house.
Yeah, so essentially he is losing his shit and not accepting it, and, you know, kind of like when a caged animal starts to circle, it's because they're going crazy. He's hit that point. She's at the point where she has no choice but to go with it.
She's accepting what's happening.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, if I keep on this path, I might get out of here. He's going, there has to be something, and it's the definition of insanity, trying the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. He keeps digging this hole. He's not getting really any further now. He's hit a point where it seems like he's not getting any further down in that hole.
Yeah.
So
right now we're I noticed that we had like 3 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wait a minute, we're about to see what's in the book. Let's check that 3 seconds. And in that 3 seconds, we can see the book has an alien language.
Yeah.
And I was kind of starting to call it. I'm like, you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if this is a UFO and they don't know what food tastes like. They don't know what things are supposed to be like.
Yeah. Because I mentioned to you at one point I thought it could be a simulation.
I agree.
But then, like you said, then why would the car have a smell? The car is the only thing in this movie that has a smell. They sat in it that night when they had their little dance party.
Mm-hmm.
And Tom said, do you realize the car has a smell?
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad. It's just a smell.
I think the car got sucked up into a UFO.
Something somewhere happened.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know if going into that house store in the beginning was the entrance or whatever. I don't know. I'm hoping we get answers.
If we don't get answers, I swear to God.
This is a movie where if nothing is answered and we don't find out what's going on, I might be as irritated as you.
Yeah.
Because it's good up to this point. And I hope we get some kind of closure and find out what happens, or what has happened. Because there's so many questions. So when I said, it could be a simulation, but then that doesn't make sense with the smell. And if, like I said, if the Matrix has taught us anything, remember, a steak would taste like a steak. They know it's not real, but that whole scene with Cypher explaining, I know this steak isn't real, but when I put it in my mouth, the Matrix tells me it's real. That would be what a simulation would be. Those strawberries would have had a taste. Their food wouldn't be gross or bland or tasteless. So it definitely seems like some alien creatures that don't know taste. They can replicate it by sight, but nothing else. I don't know. It is interesting what the fuck is happening, but it's definitely a weird movie.
Well, we've got 38 minutes left, so we have one more break, and then... is that how that works? We're going to go another 15 minutes, which means we have 15 minutes left.
Yeah, so we'll do one more, and then we'll have one more break, come back, tell you guys what we think, and then we'll finish it out.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I meant.
Notes. Yeah. I had to think about it for a second, because I was like, wait, 38 minutes? Yeah. All right, so we're going to jump back in. We'll talk to you guys in just a bit.
It's intermission time. Time for refreshment. During the next 10 minutes, you're invited to visit the refreshment stand, where you'll be greeted with fast, friendly service. You'll find hot dogs, juicy hamburgers, and mouth-watering delicious pizza. There are refreshing hot and cold beverages, ice-cold cola, and orange drink. Goes great with an order of crispy French fries. Then there's a wide selection of your favorite candies and other delicious snacks. And there's always a fresh batch of hot buttered popcorn to go with the rest of the show. So visit the refreshment stand now during this 10-minute intermission and add to your enjoyment of the movie. We're happy to have you with us tonight and hope you'll come back often.
All right. Well, a lot has happened.
Yeah. It turns out that he's dying from space dirt AIDS.
Yeah, something. We have jumped in time, but before that, she looked through the book.
Mm-hmm.
It's an alien language. Showed a diagram of a person's head, but then it had this throat-like gland that could swell out. Almost like a frog, kind of. And then it showed diagrams of, like, a man, a woman, and a child, and some other alien writing. Then we do a time jump. I'm assuming maybe just a few months.
Yeah, but he is an adult now.
Yeah, the boy's now an adult. And even creepier.
Yeah, he doesn't give two flying shits about them anymore, really.
No, she brings him food, and he goes, thanks. She goes, you're welcome. He goes, are you being sarcastic? She's like, I was being polite. He goes, so you don't really mean I'm welcome, do you? It's like, shut the fuck up and eat your weird food.
Right?
Tom at this point is up in the bedroom.
Hacking.
Hacking, alien dirt space AIDS stuff. We don't know.
With space bruises or lesions or...
Yeah.
We don't really know.
He's really weak, really sick. She's like, you gotta try and eat. And he goes, okay, I'll give it a shot.
Why didn't you let me kill him? Why did I kill him when I had the chance?
Why didn't I let you kill him when he was young? And he goes, well, because you're a good person. It's basically like, look, I'm not that great, but you're too good of a person. You wouldn't let that happen.
Yeah, but things start to change a little bit, because the dude hits, like, in his diggy hole, he hits what looks like a body bag with the body in it. And then she is trying to pay attention to the kid's footsteps as he walks around.
She's trying to figure out where he goes.
Yeah.
He's walking with his book, just walking around. He shows up. His footsteps are heard all around.
Yeah.
And she's walking around one set of houses and comes out almost like Scooby-Doo when they would go in the doors and come out another set of doors. It's kind of that kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
She can't find this grown boy man.
No, and then she starts calling out to what's-his-face.
Starts calling the Tom.
Well, because of his space dust AIDS, lung cancer, he can't yell that much.
He yelled a couple of times and then started collapsing to the ground.
Yeah.
But when he found that body bag, whatever, he touched what was presumably, I think he felt was a face.
Yeah.
And freaked out and climbed out of the hole.
Yeah.
So she finds Tom on the ground, almost unresponsive, tries to get in the house. It's locked.
Yeah.
Kid's in there, this grown-ass whatever is watching TV, the weird TV station. She knocks on the window, open the door, he looks over, he just looks back at the TV.
No.
So they sleep in the car, and the next day she gets up, starts pounding on the door.
And he leaves, like, you know...
Opens it up, she goes, he's sick, you need to help him. And he goes, no.
Maybe it's time he's released.
Yeah, that's ominous.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
And then he just walks off, and she's like, really? Okay.
So now she's feeding him a cigarette.
Yeah. This Tom likes to have a cigarette. When he gets stressed out, he likes to smoke. So she lit this partial cigarette that he's been babying for I don't know how long.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at now. It's really fucking weird. I think you're right on with the alien thing.
I'm gonna be so wrong.
You're like, I already know. It's gonna be something else. It's stupid. You're like, you were the aliens all along.
Oh my God.
Or it's gonna be like a quiet place where nothing is answered, and you're gonna be like, what the fuck? And I'm also gonna be asking, what the fuck? Because I need closure. I need to know what's going on with
For
this
sure.
Yeah.
No open endings for this one.
It's been really good, though. It's been really good.
No, I'm curious to see the ending.
All right, so we got a little over 23 minutes.
Let's finish it out.
All right, we'll be right back.
Music to the ears of the hungry. The sizzle of a mouth-watering hamburger. Fresh, lean beef, done to a golden brown, couched in a soft bun, and garnished to taste. Man, that's hunger heaven. And you'll feel like you're heaven sent when you get one at our refreshment stand.
And just like that, the movie's over.
And let me get this out of the way real quick right now. It's fucking bullshit. It's bullshit. Absolute horseshit bullshit. Yeah. No. And you know what? Okay, I get that it was entertaining. Great. I was entertained for, what, an hour and a half?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. What was the fucking story? Oh, yeah, there was none. Oh, okay. It was just a Twilight Zone episode? Cool. Cool.
Yeah, I do want to say there is one thing we missed touching on. After she looks through the book, she asks the boy, before the time jump to him being
yeah, about the guy.
Where did you go? He goes, I went to solve a mystery.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, okay, so did you meet anyone? He goes, yeah. Well, tell me about him. He goes, I can't. I was told not to. It's like, that's creepy. So she goes, okay, let's play pretend. Pretend you're me. And he mimics her. She goes, pretend you're Tom. And he does that. He goes, how about I be a dog? He goes, woof woof. She's like, very good. Can you be anyone else? Like someone you met today? And he goes, yeah, nods.
Mm-hmm.
Then proceeds to contort in a weird way and force his head up and his throat expands and he just makes these weird screeching noises.
Mm-hmm.
And she's freaked the fuck out. Rightfully so.
Mm-hmm.
Rightfully fucking so. It's like, you're a monster. I'm not your fucking mother.
Mm-hmm.
And then we do the time jump. Now, where we left off, she was consoling Tom, holding him there on the sidewalk, after this guy told her, oh, maybe it's time for him to be released.
Mm-hmm.
They reminisce about the first time they met, and, you know, when he woke up the next day at her house, and this and that, and Tom dies.
Yep, that's
in her arms.
That's what they meant by released.
Yep.
Because apparently this movie has tons of body bags handy.
Vacuum seal body bags, nonetheless.
Yeah.
Because he walked up with a box. And she's like, what? And she looks in it, pulls it out, and opens it up and just loses her shit. And he's like, gotta pack him up.
And it's not even that, it was,
excuse me.
It's not that it was, it's a body bag. You have to, pack up your dead husband or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I told you he was going to be released, and we released him.
Mm-hmm.
Pack him up.
What's even more fucked up is the body bags have a window for the face.
Yeah.
So you can see them get all squished up when they vac seal them in there.
But we don't know who was at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
We never find that out.
We never find out. Tom gets dumped in his hole.
And then she decides she's gonna sneak up on what's-his-face with the pickaxe.
Gets a good shot in.
Yeah.
She cuts him above the eye.
And he gets very upset and scurries underneath the curb.
Yeah, because the curb raises up because he screeches and starts walking on all fours like an alien creature.
And then she uses the pickaxe to, keep it from closing.
Keep it from closing.
And she follows him in. And it's an acid trip.
It's a weird thing.
I appreciate. I appreciate the acid trip.
Because she's in one space that's red, and there's another little boy watching the weird TV. There's a woman sobbing, and then she drops through the floor into a green area where there's a boy watching a couple getting it on. I'm assuming his clapping was mimicking the sound of her riding dick.
Who knows?
I don't know. He's just smiling and clapping. It's like, this is inherently creepier than the other kid just watching Tom and Gemma have sex. And then
she eventually makes her way upright and at the front door, and she walks out of it.
Back at house number 9.
And you can tell she's mentally fucked up. She's physically fucked up.
It's just like, these are the last moments. And then we see the guys at the house. She's like, what am I? What am I in this? He goes, you're a mother. Meant to nurture a child and raise them, prepare them for the world. Prepare the son for the world.
What does the mother do? Dies?
Yeah, dies. It's basically like, once you've served your purpose, you're no longer useful to anyone, so you die.
And she got in the last words, I'm not your fucking mother. And he goes, whatever.
And just
packs her up.
Throws her in the hole and closes it up. Fills it in.
No explanation.
No explanation.
Nothing.
And goes off to the realty house store.
Yeah, because he's replacing that guy, because that guy got old. He opens up a drawer, just pulls out a body bag, puts him into the body bag, contorts the body bag, and
rolls it up, and then throws it in this, like, file cabinet where you can hear it, like, tumble down. Like it's going down a chute somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got the name tag on. He's the new Martin.
I absolutely adore movies that explain absolutely fucking nothing.
I'm annoyed with this one.
And yes, I am being sarcastic.
I'm with you. I wanted an explanation.
Literally anything.
Because we're left to assume, okay, was it aliens? Was it... Like, they could have told her, like, you were here so we could raise our offspring.
Something.
Yeah. Like, we chose you because you had no one in your life. You had no children, so we needed you to raise ours.
No.
Something. We got nothing.
No.
So we're left to assume.
We don't even know what the purpose is.
And with this one, I'm like, okay, an open end, where we don't get a lot of answers if the story was good enough.
Like A Quiet Place.
But
A Quiet Place, you're fine with things being unanswered.
Yeah,
I'm
totally
not
fine with it because I understand we were coming into the middle of something. This we saw beginning to end what was happening with them, and we got no sort of explanation why, no resolution, nothing.
Mm-mm.
I don't think this movie earned that for me.
What bums me the fuck out is it was super good. Up until we figured out we weren't going to get answers.
The acting is great. This is the best performance I've seen from Jesse Eisenberg.
The acting, the visuals. I mean, even the fact that the kid mimics, that to me is like super creepy. Like, I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
But no.
The ending just makes it fall flat. I mean,
we got ramped up when she went under the curb.
Yeah, it's like, we're like, gonna find out. She's gonna discover something.
No.
Just other bits of reality in this place.
The end.
Yeah, almost like going into the Upside Down in Stranger Things.
Yeah.
And then coming right back out.
Yeah.
Seeing a couple weird things and then...
Cool story, bro.
Yeah. Everything up to the ending was great. And then we're left with, hey, here's more questions.
Yep.
And sometimes I don't mind that. This one, I needed something. And also people will be like, oh, well, you wanted to be hand-fed an ending? No, I just wanted an actual ending.
The point of a movie is it is a story.
Mm-hmm. Like, let me ask you this. Fire in the Sky.
Yeah.
It tells you exactly when you see what's happening to him. Now, if they didn't show you where he was, or if there were aliens or anything and left it open-ended as to what happened, that movie wouldn't work.
No. Mm-mm.
That's what I feel this was. It was something similar to that. They're in a weird place. They don't really know what's going on. They're stuck raising this child that showed up in a box.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a weird alien thing, or is it not? What's really happening?
It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Yeah. Like I said, normally, and some people might enjoy this. I enjoyed it up to the non-ending we got.
Right?
I just wish there was a little bit more to tell us what was happening.
I was seriously so stoked and thinking, holy shit, did we just watch a fucking badass movie? Why is no one talking about how badass this movie is? Oh yeah, because it's not.
Yeah.
Psych. What do you got for us, Jeff?
Well, there's some trivia.
Maybe it's more interesting than the story?
So the exteriors for house number 9 were all a set that was built inside of a warehouse.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so that would explain the weird echoing of like footsteps and everything.
Which I appreciate.
There's not really a lot going on here. Won a prize at Cannes Film Festival Critics Week in 2019.
Meh.
The title is Latin for place of life. It also alludes to an area usually enclosed for keeping and raising animals or plants for observation or research. Often a portion of the ecosystem for a particular species is simulated on a smaller scale, with controls for environmental conditions.
Nice, okay.
That to me says, okay, this is alien stuff.
Yeah.
So not really a whole lot. There's a whole interview here thing I'm not gonna. It says it's explained. Okay, what do we say? Fan theories, manifestation of. Okay, I'm trying to see if it says anything interesting here.
Doesn't sound like it.
Theory about the whole thing's a computer game and only the boy can lift up the curb and move through the layers because he's part of the code. That's not something I ever thought of. In some ways, it's better to not tell people what to think so you get to hear all these theories.
Yeah.
Well, my thing is, I don't buy into a video game thing because that goes back to the simulation thing.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I feel Tom and Gemma are real. At some point, somewhere, some alien thing. Either whether it's on Earth and they're doing something where they're sectioning off a portion and moving people into this weird area to raise their offspring for some reason to observe stuff, or they were transported somewhere where the car was moved somehow.
I'm not even giving it that much thought because I don't want... I feel like the director or the writers or whoever is making me do the heavy lifting. I shouldn't have to use my imagination for 90% of it.
Yeah.
You're supposed to tell me a story.
We don't need to be spoon-fed a story, but give us a decent ending or something, a good enough story that if your ending is something that is open-ended and not really a resolution, that it warrants that.
Right.
I think this fell flat in that. But that is not saying that I'm not going to give this a somewhat recommend for people.
How many body bags do you give it?
2.5 out of 5. So right in the middle. It's because of that non-ending.
You know what? I think I'm gonna have to go with 2.
Okay. That's fair.
Because...
Perfectly fair.
I think a 2.5 would have at least some rewatchability.
Okay.
I don't plan on ever watching this again, and I can't recommend it in good conscience. I mean, if someone doesn't mind not having an ending, then I'll absolutely recommend it. But most people I know, they like some type of explanation.
Yeah. So I say, check it out if you happen upon it. It's on Netflix. If you got nothing else to watch, I say give it a watch, see what you think.
Yeah, if you like drugs and you happen to want to watch something freaky in the background, then there you go, Vivarium.
It's not one of our high recommends. I say check it out if you get a chance. Leiann says no. So you can see where we're at.
Yeah.
Yeah. That said, I want to plug a couple of things I got coming up here. So this past week, I was on an episode of the Video Store Clicks podcast. As you know, that is our good friend Chuck Nasty's show that he does with his friends Dave, Chadman, and Mike. Unfortunately, Chuck was not able to join us on that episode, but I was there this past Tuesday. We talked about Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Love that movie so much.
It is so much fun. We basically quoted... You know what? I'm not even going to spoil it. Go check it out. Go to YouTube. Look up Video Store Clicks podcast. Find their stuff. Watch it. Those guys are great. And in a couple weeks, I'm actually going to be back on there. We're going to be talking about Mike Judge's Office Space. So get your red staplers and, make sure you have your TPS reports in line.
Yeah.
Join us there.
Fucking love that movie too.
Hey, you know what? If you want to join us, I can reach out and see. But I know you're not big on having multiple people at once talking.
Yeah. I have social anxiety.
Yeah. It was, I think 2 other people is your limit.
Yeah.
So, having 3 other voices, you might be like, I don't know. Technically it'd be 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, because they're a 4-man show, and then me, and then you. You would have 5 other people. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to do that.
No, I wouldn't be interested in talking.
Yeah. You might say a thing or two here and there, but yeah. So that's what I have going on there. And then, as you know, every Saturday I do Tales from the Podcast with JB and Ron. Currently, we're going through Are You Afraid of the Dark? The 90s Nickelodeon series. That's been a lot of fun. We're actually going to be doing on the 30th, which is now today when we're recording, because we're recording overnight. We're talking about I believe it's the 4th episode now, but that's what we're doing over there. Make sure you join us every Saturday live. As far as Skewered Universe, you can find us on Apple Podcasts. I guess YouTube Music technically now. I think Google Podcasts is dead. I don't fucking know what they're thinking. It's fucking stupid. But any major platform, Spotify, Amazon, ListenNotes, you can find us there. You can head over to Podbean, where our show is hosted. And you can head over to skeweredhead.com, get all the links to our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, all that good stuff. You can check out our blog. You can find a link to our Patreon where you can support the show and get transmissions episodes. And soon coming audio commentaries. We have one up in the feed for Demon Knight. You guys should go check that out and see what else is to come for later movies. Also, if you want to start your own podcast, check out the link, because we are a Podbean affiliate. You use that link that we have down there. You get yourself a free month of podcast hosting with any paid unlimited plan. I think that is it.
I think so.
I think we ran down everything. Leiann, do you have anything else you want to say before we sign off?
Suck my dick.
Do that, chug it down lovingly, and enjoy that universe that's just a bit skewered.